Ex-Evanescence Guitarist, Jen, and I think it's Majura, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jen
Majura,
Majura,
Majura.
she opened up about getting fired from the band in an interview, and she says, "I'm
Yes.
still in shock." Now, we covered this when it first kind of came out because Evanescence had posted online and just said, we wish her all the best. We're going different directions. And so it seemed like it was a mutual decision and that it was amicable. And then our thought on it, based on Jen's tweet, was no, it sounds like she got fired. Well,
Hmm.
Jen's now confirmed that in an interview that she did recently. So let's talk about it.
No, that's yeah. No, we called it. I mean, she said it too, but just how when bands release these press releases, just everything is fine. Which I don't know why they do that anymore. This isn't the days of like before the internet and Facebook and social media where information doesn't travel so fast or everybody doesn't have a voice. So I mean, to release a statement saying, "Oh no, everything is cool," and if it wasn't cool, I mean, she's gonna say something. She has social media. I mean, and she took to it immediately. But yeah, no, I think it's just pretty funny. That I love the, oh no, it's great, but something wasn't great because she's not on tour. she's she's not collecting tonight.
Yeah, and Jen talked about that in the interview. She goes, when I got the news, I was picking up my apartment, and then, I kind of just ended up laying on the floor after I got the call. She goes, I thought this was a bad joke.
Right.
And then when it started to sink in, I remember just kind of turning my head and I was looking at my suitcase because, she was literally like planning to be on tour in 2 weeks. And that tour, which started in June for Evanescence, would
Right.
have taken her through the end of the year. So basically, like, the next 6 months of her lives just changed in a split second.
For sure. Like that hurts her bottom line. I mean, she was buying new guitars and she's like, "Oh, got to put that one right back." I don't know. It's no good, but I haven't really seen a reason yet though why like she's been fired. Now, if anybody is following the story and stuff and they happen to have some insight, I mean, I don't follow Jen on, Twitter or anything like that. So I don't know if something else has been released about why. I don't know if it was a money dispute, if it was a personality conflict. I'm sure eventually that'll come out because I mean, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Evanescence is a major band. And they are, just kind of going on tour right now and killing it. And Amy Lee is back in full effect. We've covered Amy Lee on this channel, and I'm rooting for Evanescence, but I mean maybe it's none of our business, but I mean it's out there. What are we doing?
Well, and you guys know I'm a big fan of Evanescence. I love Amy Lee, but we're here to just report the news. And so from Jen's own words, she had just said, when asked, "Well, are you going to join another band?" She said, "Actually, I've already received offers, from other bands." But she goes, "I just really want to focus on me right now." And it almost sounded like she's trying to find her identity, which I totally get. Right, when your identity for 6 years is you are, the lead guitarist for Evanescence as a female, front leading kind of woman doing backup vocals with Amy Lee. I mean, of course, that's going to become a big part of your identity. So she goes, I'm kind of focusing on me, and she is going to be releasing her third solo album, which I think will be kind of cool.
That's fun. I mean, but if I can speculate, that's a fun thing just to kind of test the waters to see if there's any interest in her third solo album. I'm sure that I'm sure she has her fans and stuff like that, but I think she'll probably join another band. I mean, that paycheck that you get from touring as a musician, that's it. That's what I mean. Especially if you're not necessarily writing the songs and stuff like that, and you're not getting placements. Um, she's gonna want that money. I saw somebody that said, wasn't Evanescence album 10 plus years ago? No, they just had that Bitter Truth album just released last year. They had
Well, they
Synthesis in
this
like
is in
2017 and
right.
Lost Whispers in 2016. So no, I mean they're doing it, man. They're doing it real big. So
Yeah, and I feel like
but
they
I'm
really are
curious.
trying to come back. I know that they were kind of doing this tour with the orchestral
Hmm.
interpretation of their big hits, and I feel like they're kind of getting back to the basics now, which I'm sure
Yeah.
fans are absolutely loving. So obviously, best of luck to everyone. But as far as like representing and working with a lot of artists and musicians through my law office, I mean, I definitely feel for Jen. And what's great is that she obviously has built a large platform because of her association with Evanescence.
Right.
And it was kind of fun because she shared a little bit about like how it all worked out. And she goes, I got an email, and the email was like, "Hey, are you interested in joining Evanescence?" And she's like, "I just melted. I didn't know what happened." And literally several days later, they flew me out to meet Amy Lee, and I was like, "Do you want me to audition for you?" And Amy's like, "No,
Right.
I've seen you. I've seen a ton of videos. I know you are a seasoned performer." So they just like talked and had dinner. And so, what an amazing experience. And it sounds like possibly,
But
management didn't do the firing, but it never feels good. It's never gonna be great.
no, but I mean, I just thought I was as you were talking, I was just like thinking of the other reality of it. You're saying talking about all these good times that Jen had, and that's the other reason why I think she'll just end up joining a band. How many guitar players really have broken off from a band and went solo and been successful? I mean, I can think of a few,
Yeah,
like a
but that's
John
but she's not
Five, John
she
Frusciante. No, but what I'm saying is it's a big difference when you're playing on your solo tour at a club on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock for 150 people as opposed to playing with Evanescence. And you know what I mean? And you kind of crave that kind of and funding the bill yourself and not just being a paid hand that gets to go in the nice buses, to go on the nice tours and stuff like that. Her budget's going to be a whole lot. Her lifestyle's completely changed. It's completely changed from her touring experience, from being a solo artist as a guitar player that's not an original guitar player, that's a fill-in guitar player. And that's, I'm just saying, the reality of the music business. I know so many artists that are in other major bands, and you know what I mean, and being a hired gun is kind of the is the bread and butter. That's where you make your money. It's very hard because a lot of the hired guns that I know that all try to make it on the solo bands, and it's very difficult. It's a very difficult thing to do, and that was a decision that I made. I chose not to go the hired gun route, and I tried to do it on my own with my rock band, and it wasn't as successful as I would have liked it to have been. But we got to do some stuff. But um, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
mean
well, and with
it's.
my project, obviously just I being the lead singer, but then, I gives me a little freedom. I could still play
Mhm.
my piano or my cello and kind of do
You're
those
the
things.
brand.
I think, unfortunately for some of the other members in bands, the front person, the lead singer is very prominently part of the brand, the image, but nonetheless, I in this particular situation, we definitely wish Jen the best of luck, and we'll
I
continue to cover it as updates come.